Hello, everybody. Welcome to another night video. Um, I don't really have much to say for Cameroon versus Australia and Chile versus Germany. Because there's not much to talk about. The two favorites in this group picked up wins against much lesser opposition. Um, oh no, excuse me, I made a mistake. Cameroon versus Australia. I thought over the course of the 90 minutes, Cameroon were slightly the better team. They created more chances to win this. I thought Vincent Abubakar really had at least half a dozen sitters that he should have poked into the back of the net. But um, at the end of the day, Cameroon lost two vital points here. They could have been going into the next match against Germany, not in such a poor position as they are now on the table. You're looking at the match as a whole between Australia and Cameroon. A lot of people are overlooking the fact that Australia had some pretty good chances to take the lead here as well in the second half. In my opinion, this was the most boring of all the games so far in the Confederations Cup. That's why I feel for Australia-Cameroon, there's not a whole lot to comment on, just because the continued pattern that we've been seeing in this tournament all along, failing to put away your chances, really plagued both of these teams in a group where they really can't afford to drop points against what should be their easiest game in the group. This was an opportunity for Australia or Cameroon to really make a case to fight for one of the top two spots, but they shared the spoils. They each got a point. I think at the end of the day, it's probably the deserved result. I know a lot of people feel Cameroon deserved to win that match, but I think Australia did just about enough to earn a point as well. I don't think they stole a draw from this by any means. But they're both still alive. Australia can beat Chile, Cameroon against a German C team. Crazier things have happened in football. If that does happen, all teams will finish in this group level on 4 points. How crazy would that be? It would go down to goal difference, goals scored, head-to-head, etc. It's unlikely to happen, but imagine how crazy it would be, how interesting it would be if that did occur. For Chile, Germany, you have to think that Germany is happier with this result than Chile are. Chile, this was a really great opportunity to clinch a spot in the semis, getting 6 points, becoming the first and only team in the Confederations Cup this year to clinch a spot in the semifinal, before anyone else. Now we head into the final match days for both groups, and none of the 8 teams have secured passage into the next round. That is one bold prediction that I did make in my pre-Confederations Cup before all the started videos, where I did say that by the end of the 2 match days for each group, when everyone has played twice, nobody will have secured passage into the next round. I know I predicted Chile to win their first 2 games, but I didn't think they would clinch it until the final day, because even in a group, depending on how results go, 6 points sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes is not necessarily enough. Chile, Germany, I have to say I was very impressed with how these young German boys came back into this match against a team of far superior quality. And I say far superior because this was a reserve German squad that Joachim Löw had brought to this tournament. Chile should have won on paper if you look at the lineups. But you have to give Germany a lot of credit. When they went behind off of that horrible goalkeeping error by Ter Stegen in the opening 5 to 10 minutes, I believe, another goalkeeping error yet again from 2 different goalkeepers for Germany in this tournament. Hopefully for them it doesn't become a pattern. Otherwise they will not win this tournament. They did not lose their composure. They fought really hard to come back into this match. That counterattack, followed by that cross to Stindl on the left-hand flank for that sliding goal, was a really sick response to going behind to one of the tournament's favorites. And I have this. I was impressed overall with Germany's mentality in this match for these young boys, these players that don't have hardly any tournament experience. I think only a couple of them do, and a couple of them, maybe two or three, have more than 20 caps to their name. So the way they stay composed, the way that they kept Chile at bay, that they stifled them going forward, especially in the second half, while they themselves did not create many opportunities to steal this match, they have to be really satisfied with a point from this game, because now they're heading into that match against Cameroon with a lot of confidence. And I think Germany will be favorites to beat Cameroon and come out of this group with 7 points. And I don't think a lot of people would have seen that coming prior to this tournament. So it's looking like Joachim Löw's decision to bring a reserve squad is paying off so far. But we know that Germany is a footballing nation that always wants to win tournaments. Is this enough to win the Confederations Cup? I don't think so. And if that is the goal, even if you are trying to test out new players and have a test run for the World Cup next year, I don't think it's going to prevail in the end, though it's looking like it's going to be enough to get out of this group, of course. So imagine if Germany had stolen that. Imagine if they had won 2-1. That would have been an absolutely incredible feat for this young team. At the end of the day, I don't regret picking Australia as my surprise team, because you look at the context, look at how these games unfolded in this group. That Australia-Germany game, especially in the second half, it was very close, and Australia could have nicked a result there. And if they had, we could be having an entirely different conversation now. But you have to give credit to just the efficiency, how clinical Germany is as a footballing country at all levels, really. And that's all I have to say about my reaction to these two games. So I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm hopefully going to release it later tonight, maybe in a couple of hours, where I give my predictions for tomorrow's games, God willing, between Mexico and Russia, and New Zealand and Portugal. So until then, guys, peace.